Welcome to Making Video Games with Python Lesson 10. In this video, we're going to start creating a new game called Flappy Birds. We're going to see how we can better organize our resources so they're not just thrown in a folder, and then we're going to have some fun with being able to scroll the background. So let's get to it. So the goal of Flappy Bird, it's an endless runner game where you're just simply supposed to try to last as long as you can. Now, as we're playing the game, our goal is to collect these rings. But every time we collect a ring, the pipes are going to start moving faster. So eventually, hopefully you can appreciate, we're going to get to a point where the pipes are just moving too fast for us to do. And then obviously if I hit the pipe or the bar, the game is over. All right, so again, that's our end goal for the next few videos. But let's talk about organizing our files. So these are all the various pictures we have, which we could use as part of Flappy Birds. Now, again, when your games get bigger, you're going to get a lot more images, a lot more sound files. It's going to get very cluttered. So it'd be best to kind of organize our files. So I'm going to create a folder called Images and simply drag all our image pictures in there. And that way, if we know we want something to do with the images, we go to that folder. Let's do the same thing for our sound files. Let's bring that in. Okay, so hopefully you can appreciate it's a lot cleaner. The only thing that's left in the main folder are our Python files, and all our resources are either in images or sound folder. Now you could call these folders whatever you want, it's up to you. But whatever you use as the name is important in this next step. Okay, so when we upload an image, and let me actually update this a little bit to that. Typically in Zombie Thanksgiving, we didn't have to put anything in front because the image was just in the same spot as our Python files. They were right here. But because now we have our images inside of a folder, we have to actually specify the folder name and then the 2 slashes. Again, the 2 slashes is part of a bigger concept that has to do with escape characters. For right now, and not honestly for the rest of the video series, just accept that in order to separate the folder name from the actual file name of the image, you're going to need to use 2 slashes to kind of specify, hey, here's the folder, go inside the folder, and then here's the file. Everything else is pretty much the same. We've resized the background to be the width and height of our game, and let's just simply draw this. Voila, nothing special. So what we want to do now is we want to explore a little bit of the game library, because the game class has some nice features that can kind of handle dealing with the background. So let's go over to the game class. And almost immediately, you see here there's an option for clearing the background, setting the background, drawing the background. But what we want to play with is the idea of scrolling the background. So what we have to do is that we have to use our game variable and set our background to that day picture, that day image that we just created. Okay, so again, we create a variable that's an image, and then we simply pass that variable to set background. Now inside of our game loop, instead of drawing the day directly, we're going to use the game's scroll background option. And you can see it needs a direction, which would be pretty much left, right, up, down. Again, if you scroll a little bit further down into the code, and then an amount right here. Now, the default amount is 2. We're going to override that. So we'll say we want it to scroll left by an amount of 4. And there it is. So again, using the game class to kind of handle the background is a lot nicer than simply just drawing the image directly onto our game. All right, so let's go back to our presentation and let's review what we've done. So we did a short overview of Flappy Birds, which is an endless runner game where a little bird has to collect as many coins as it can, avoiding the pipes and the ground. We saw that we can create folders to better organize our resources, our images, and our sound, which then required us to do a little something extra when we actually retrieve the images from the folder. Lastly, we explored the game class and how the game class has a lot of nice features for handling the background, which includes being able to scroll it. So hopefully you're excited about developing Flappy Birds and enjoy.